Today I'm going to explain the main topics or the main ideas of this week's module, which is all about power networking and how to build professional connections effectively. I'm going to go over the key concepts like preparing for networking events, building repetence, telling your story, making professional requests, and follow up afterwards. So the main point of the module is to explain that networking is more than just talking to random people at an event. In the module, it explains that networking is really about building meaningful relationships that can help you professionally. People network for different reasons. Like some people network to find internships, getting jobs, meeting people in the industry, or just growing their personal connections. One of the first major concepts of the module is to know why you're networking. So before going to an event, you should always have goals in mind. For example, let's say you have a goal of meeting recruiters, finding internship opportunities, or just connecting with people in the field of your choice. The module also explains that having goals keeps you focused at the events instead of just walking around and doing nothing. The module also says to set two different types of goals: quantity goals and quality goals. Quantity goals are things like how many people you want to meet, how many business cards you want to get, or how many LinkedIn connections you want to get. Quality goals more focuses on meaningful conversations and actually finding someone that can help you professionally. For example, let's say your goal is to meet one recruiter that helps you get an internship. Next, the next thing that the module talks about is greeting and first impressions. It is very important because a first impression it can affect the way how the conversation goes entirely. In the module, it recommends to be something like introduce yourself by explaining what you do, or who you are, what you do, and what you're interested in. An example of this will be something like, "Hi, my name is Alan. I'm a student at USF studying marketing. I am currently looking for job opportunity in marketing." The introduction is simple and professional and straight to the point. The module also explains after introducing yourself, you should immediately focus on the other person or the company. This makes the conversation go flow much more naturally. Another thing that would be to break the ice. The module explains the best way to do this is by researching the person, or the company before attending an event. For example, you could look up the LinkedIn profile of the recruiter or the company's website, articles they posted, or recent company announcements. Um, during this shows that you prepared for the event. It shows it makes you stand out because it shows that you prepared and care about the conversation. The module also explains that you can't always prepare ahead on time. Like there in situations, let's say you're going to an event and you don't expect seeing a certain recruiter there, and they might just ask you what brings you here. Some of the basic things you want to still explain what um who you are, what you do, and what are your goals in mind. So some things that you can do is explain your skills and what type of candidate they might be looking for. Um, might want to go over the job requirements if they have one there, and you want to kind of tell a story. You want to tell your experience, your internships, how your school is going, how you would be a good fit for all this. An example of this would be to say something like, "I've worked at customer service and a social media management. I'm interested in a marketing opportunity, and I feel like I'm a good fit because of my experiences." And let's say another key thing you might want to do is to ask for the LinkedIn, stay connected with the recruiter, be able to prepare for but before that you gotta have a conversation with them, um, show you're interested in the position and ask for a LinkedIn connection so you can stay up to date or possibly get an interview for a possible for a possible job you might get. And always at the very in the module also explains that follow-up turns a short conversation into a real professional relationship. For example, let's say you meet a person at a networking event the day before. You might want to send, and you get a connection with them or have your email. You might want to send them an email saying, "Thank you for the conversation yesterday. I appreciated your advice and enjoy learning more from your company." This will show that you care and that you're willing to put the time and effort to build a respectful relationship with them and a better chance to get a job or anything like that. It also recommends, lastly, the last things that it would recommend is to listen carefully, ask good questions, always have follow-ups. And that's the main goals of networking. Thank you for your time.